and by the way, for the viewing public, this is not that decentralized. That's part of the Satoshi Nakamoto and the folklore of decentralization. But in the middle, there are intermediaries that are pulling together your hard-earned assets, maybe not Jennifer's, but the hard-earned assets, and pulling them together and not giving you the proper disclosures. And they're doing things that we would never allow the New York Stock Exchange to do. They're trading against you. They're commingling your funds. They're maybe lending your funds out. They're operating as a clearinghouse, a broker, a dealer, an exchange. I think that puts the investing public at risk.
ETF having approved.
It is, Kaylee. You had to get your crypto question in.
Question. Of course, we are now about 2 months into a world in which spot Bitcoin products exist. They have had incredible demand, more than $8 billion in inflows. Now the optimism is Ether spot ETFs are next. Do you not first have to settle the question as to whether Ether is a security or a commodity? Can you answer that first?
Well, Kaylee, again, on any one of these crypto tokens, it's about the facts and circumstances as to whether the investing public is anticipating a profit based on the efforts of others. But we do have filings in front of us. I'm not going to comment. I will say this is a highly speculative asset class. One could just look at the volatility of Bitcoin in the last few days. And look, I grew up loving roller coasters. Maybe in my adult years I don't ride them as much, but you really should be conscious as the investing public that this is a bit of a roller coaster ride on these volatile assets. And then the question is how firm is the foundation of the, you get to the top of that hill, how's the foundation underneath it? And are there cash flows, or what's the use case? For thousands of these tokens, there's about 15 or 20,000 of them. They also may be securities because the investing public is relying on the efforts of some group of entrepreneurs in the middle of these projects.
And would you consider Ether as part of that group that may be securities?
I understand you're asking the question, but again, I'm going to defer on that question.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an index, in ETFs, are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So like I told you, I definitely see a big pullback in the first quarter. Then the master magician set up a distraction so the Fed can cut rates, and then we move up. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto flat overall, after just about everything hit new highs yesterday. Guys, you're all in an illusion. And don't forget, we have Ethereum upgrade next week. And we know once we get that upgrade, what do we do every single time, guys? We pull back. We've been in this movie before. And remember, dates are chosen. And we know Jerome is in the house next week. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We had yield rates on Friday being pushed down. There is no reason why yield rates should be dropping unless they're being manipulated. We're getting everything you can imagine in the economy negative. But of course, we have the media changing the narrative. But when you look at the numbers, everything is bad. Everything is crumbling. But the mainstream media and the puppets, everything is good. Look at the stock market. Like I stated, do not fall for the illusion. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And then we have the dollar down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed repo at $444 billion. That's still a lot of money, but guys, that's way less than where we started. It was $2.5 trillion. Unbelievable. And guys, we had Fed Jerome Powell in the House telling us no interest rate cuts yet. And of course, they rely on data-dependent 2% inflation. It's the same story. But then, guys, we have Congress comes up with a deal. And we know for a fact next year, the government is going to get shut down. So, guys, if you work for the government, don't party this year. Save your money, because you're definitely going to be sitting at home and not getting paid. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And I want everybody to remember I stated that. There's going to be chaos next year. And we're going to see layoffs pick up even more going towards the end of the year. And then also the drums are going to get louder, because we can clearly see that the emerging markets are flipping that switch to the fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. Now we have the spot Bitcoin ETFs hit new highs yesterday. BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale. And then we had Grayscale and Coinbase meet with the SEC about a spot Ethereum ETF. And don't forget, guys, Grayscale got plenty of money in Ethereum, because don't forget they had the Ethereum Trust. So it's going to be similar to the Bitcoin Trust, but we're not going to get that same hype around Ethereum. I definitely see it getting approved, but there's definitely going to be a movie first. We can clearly see Gary Gensler is playing the Hegelian dialectic. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then, guys, going over yesterday, which was wild, we had Bitcoin and crypto hitting new highs. We had gold hitting new highs. Bitcoin ETFs hitting new highs. Stock market hitting new highs. Nvidia hitting new highs. And then what happens, guys? It just plunges down. That means there was an algorithm that's selling off, because it happened all at once. And they want you to believe that all these sellers were just ready to sell at the same time. No, guys, that is an algorithm. Guys, Aladdin or whatever algorithm that they're running is undefeated. And we had Coinbase getting close to this IPO listing price, and we see Kathy Woods constantly selling. Remember, guys, you sell as the stock is going up. You don't sell as the stock is going down. And the same thing goes for cryptos. You take profits, because they know this thing is coming down. When it comes down, it's coming down hard. The Fed has clearly stated that they're going to be cutting back liquidity, and that's going to hurt the assets. Yes, we had plenty of money slushing around. Now it's time to take it back. And why, guys? Because it's time for them to build this digital economy. Then we also had BNB hit 2-year highs. We had AI cryptos hitting highs. Guys, if you keep hitting highs, the lows are right around the corner. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, guys, we have the CFTC chair. And don't forget, guys, these NWO puppets are planning a movie. They're planning a simulation, and they pop up just at the perfect time. We have the CFTC chair says that Congress needs to act on crypto regulation, and the notion of crypto going away, I think, is just a false narrative. And we know for a fact it's a false narrative. And where is it coming from? Your mainstream media. We see all the real use cases because we're in crypto. But the sheep have no clue, because they're not going to take the time and study finances the same way in the current system. And we know if they taught finances in school, this whole magic trick would never work. And the same thing goes with the current system that we have right now. They could have easily educated the youth on cryptocurrency and blockchain. They just want the sheep to use it. They don't want you to know what's under the hood. Yes, if you're blessed enough to go to schools like MIT, you have the upper hand. But we know that knowledge is not taught to the masses. Now, we know for a fact that stablecoin regulation is coming this year. And then we also know we have a lot of movies being set up, because now we have the CFTC and then the SEC playing the Hegelian dialectic when it comes to Ethereum. And we know Ethereum is going to change everything that we do. But first, guys, we need that crisis. They have to play the Hegelian dialectic in order to move the sheep forward to the fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. Get that free money sitting at home, but little do they know that money is programmable, telling them what, where, and when and how to buy, and they have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And while they're in the metaverse, they get downloaded. And guys, you know if you can get downloaded, you can be deleted. And I know it sounds like a movie, but remember, your life is an illusion, and TV is your reality. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.